between July 15th and July 25th, 4 planets, the outer titans, at 4 degrees, have been weaving their energy together in what's known as the Barbault Basket. And now, between July 19th and July 21st, the magic of this energy is at its peak in one of the rarest, most historic geometric geometries that we will see in this century. A Star of David is illuminating the skies. And in this reading, we're going to look at what it means for all 12 signs. And we're going to discuss how to dive even deeper to understand where it lands precisely in your own chart. Because between July 19th and the 21st, these 4 planets, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, are all aligning at exactly 4 degrees of their signs at the same time. And they are all aligned within a quarter of a degree of each other. And 4 degrees, numerologically speaking, is the number of foundations from which walls can truly be built to outlast any storm. And they're raised to shelter you. They're raised to shelter your legacy and your future. And for each and every one of us, this is where your heartbeat truly becomes the drum of your future. So Jupiter is at 4 degrees in Leo. Uranus is at 4 degrees in Gemini. Neptune is at 4 degrees in Aries, and Pluto is at 4 degrees in Aquarius. And Pluto is retrograde, so is Neptune. Keep in mind too, the energy of what this basket is made up is all fire and air. You've got Leo and Aries. They are the spark and the pioneer. Gemini and Aquarius, they are the word and the vision. This is a sky that is made entirely of inspiration and ideas, which means that this basket doesn't hand you a finished outcome. It's not a finished product. It hands you ignition, openings, felt sense, inner knowing, and most importantly, remembrance of your true path and your soul's true calling. So this is an energy that helps you see and feel that the rooms you thought were locked for years, they are all quietly unlocking at once. And because of its intensity, its magic is truly a turning of an age and the birth of a new era. After what's felt like strained endurance of a long, chaotic cycle, this is the first real architecture of something more constructive that is beginning to form, not because the sky turned kind and charitable for us. It's because pressure finally released in order to make room for the new. So this symphony of the skies is called the basket alignment because of one crucial opposition. 2 titans, Jupiter and Pluto. They are both facing each other across the skies, forming the handle as the rest of the skies truly dance and weave together in a ballroom through sextiles and trines, weaving the bowl beneath it. And since July 15th, all the way through the 25th, the basket has been weaving and will be continuing to weave together a very sacred web that flows into the pattern of your heartbeat as it drums louder and louder, one exact aspect at a time. So just to look at the lineup, the strongest part of the sequence of this weave, on July 15th, Uranus sextiled Neptune. That is the great awakener and the dreamer uniting, taking the first dance. On July 17th, Uranus trined Pluto. Sudden change started flowing in effortless agreement with deep, permanent transformation. These two, I will say as well, spent the last decade at war with each other. Now, they're waltzing together in their greatest strengths with one hand on the shoulder and one at the waist. And then, on July 20th here, we have peak crescendo energy happening. Jupiter trines Neptune within a minute of the basket's tightest weave. This is big. Faith and imagination receive ultimate expansion and vision. Leo energy is the heart, and they are exactly aligned at the exact moment. The whole pattern holds its breath like a crowd watching a king dip its queen just to place a kiss on her lips. This is the handle It is pulling taut and exact as Jupiter opposite Pluto secures the threads all together of the basket in full. The creative sovereign self stands face to face with the power of the collective in this energy. And this is the tension that carries the whole basket and the weight of your legacy. Then on the 21st here, Jupiter sextiles Uranus, uniting growth and liberation together in the form of a gift through the expansion of your soul's remembrance. And on the 25th, Neptune sextiles Pluto. This is going to close the weave and the basket as it gently dissolves. And then the lunar nodes change signs the very next day to begin a brand new 18.5-month karmic cycle. But this time it's under the Aquarius-Leo axis. And as one final layer through this entire masterpiece up until July 23rd, Mercury, our winged messenger, is retrograde in Cancer. The winged messenger is redreaming your roots, aligning you with your soul tribe family, helping you fall back in love with your sense of home, safety, security, so that they can all be reawakened through the tenderness and nurturing care that Cancer energy brings. Cancer energy as well also governs the number 4. So it's all about foundations. And the sky is asking you to receive this alignment, to let the vision form in private at first, so that it becomes the lighthouse through the fog. And most importantly, the soul foundation that's left standing as the sun rises again under a clear morning dawn when Mercury begins to move forward once again, so that whatever you seeded inside the weave and under the new moon that we just had on July 14th can truly be carried out with choreographed grace and permanence. And it's time to make this magic yours, because this energy lands in 4 specific rooms of your life all at once. So let's get into the fun part and go through each sign to see what houses these planets are activating for you. And to find out how this energy impacts you directly, I would also recommend listening to your sun, moon, and rising sign readings for the most accurate, personalized messages. I've time-stamped everything in the description below. Just remember as well, as you listen to these for whichever focus you're doing, the sun sign, your sun sign, reflects your core path. Your moon sign reveals your emotional landscape. And your rising sign shows you how these energies are all unfolding in your day-to-day life. And stay tuned for the end, because I'll also give you some tips to see how this energy aligns and activates in your own birth chart, because the messages go even deeper. So let's get into it. Aries. So Jupiter is at 4 degrees in Leo in your 5th house. That is your house of bliss. We've got the 9 of Cups popping out right away. Uranus is at 4 degrees in Gemini in your 3rd house. That is thoughts, ideas, communication. Neptune is at 4 degrees in Aries. That's your 1st house, your identity, your state of consciousness. Thank you. And Pluto is at 4 degrees in Aquarius in your 11th house. That is your sense of belonging, your community, also your long-held dreams. So this is going to be really special for you, because your identity, your voice, your creative fire, and the communities that will help you carry your purpose into the world, they are all being activated. And look at what fell out in the cards here. So this is going to be deeply personal for you, because Neptune is moving through your own sign, making this less about changing your circumstances and more about becoming the person who naturally creates different circumstances in order to achieve the best outcome. And with Jupiter in your 5th house, this is your house of bliss, joy, love, creativity, self-expression. You've got the 9 of Cups. This is material success, wishes coming true, how you define happiness, abundance, enjoyment in your life. And you've got Jupiter blessing your dreams with Pisces energy here. So Jupiter in your 5th house is asking you to create out in the open for the world to see. And it's time to let yourself truly be seen, because Jupiter is asking you to stop treating your gifts like something that needs permission to breathe. And this is the artist, this is the performer, the entrepreneur, the storyteller, and the lover inside you, remembering that your joy, your Nine of Cups, is truly meant to be a part of your purpose. So let it breathe, let it sing. There's something coming into completion here, particularly when you give voice to how and what, who, where you achieve your goals. The more genuinely you express yourself under this energy, the more life begins responding in kind. So let yourself become something bigger, warmer, brighter, and Uranus in your third house is rewriting your language. You've got the Five of Cups here. And remember, even though these cups are spilled, you've got two beautiful cups that are standing here. And it has to do with the raw truth with Scorpio energy in what you define as your passion, your true desires, your true soul calling, and where you devote your action. So Uranus in your third house, again, that's thoughts, ideas, how you communicate them. This is rewiring your language in one unexpected conversation where it could change everything. So be open to receive. Let the universe delight and surprise you. An idea, just saying, right behind you, may arrive suddenly and seemingly out of nowhere through a message, a book, a phone call, or even a passing comment. And it'll become the red thread that truly weaves an entirely new future for you. So stay curious, stay open, because destiny will be walking in disguise as ordinary conversation. And this is where the lovers come in, because you've got Neptune in your first house. Neptune is quietly dissolving an identity that you've long outgrown, centered around a version of you that learned to just survive. Now there's adaptation. We've got Gemini energy here. There's love, passion, romance, connection, partnerships, decisions, and relationships all coming into balance for you. So now the universe wants you to move from a period or a position of surviving into thriving. And Neptune is here to help you remember who you were before fear convinced you to shrink or think small. Your intuition is becoming louder than your conditioning as your heart space opens, and your dreams are no longer asking for permission to exist. They're asking to soar, and it starts with the mind, with the Page of Swords. So you've got foundations with Capricorn being elevated towards your future with future focus and innovation in mind with Aquarius energy, and they're all resting on your dreams. And opposite all of this, as your crown awakens, right, as your assertiveness starts flowing towards your ambition, starts devoting energy to your ambitions, Pluto in your 11th house is calling judgment. Pluto is transforming your relationship with community, friendship, and long-held dreams altogether. This is something that's in the making, right? And with the Judgment card, what I love most about it is represented by Pluto. So, or governed, however you want to put it. This is where Pluto is helping you see how it all fits together through purpose and your direction forward. You're discovering that real power comes from finding the people who recognize the same fire that you carry. So old groups, alliances, or visions for your future, you may see that they are naturally falling away so that new ones can emerge with far greater depth and meaning. And this is where movement starts to happen. Your soul tribe is beginning to ask something very important of you. What will you build with the influence that you're reclaiming as you lean into your dreams? It has to do with your truth. You've got Mercury in Cancer pouring TLC, nurturing care, into your dreams and giving you the confidence. This is your solar plexus truly awakening. This entire basket is weaving together your pure potential. And what I mean by that is your identity, your voice, your creativity, and your community. And it's all flowing together into one living masterpiece as you become more authentically you, yourself. Your words will begin opening new doors for you. Those conversations will also inspire bolder creative expression for you. Embrace the mystic, embrace the mystery. That authentic expression will naturally attract the people who are meant to walk beside you and help you rise as this basket builds the foundation for your future. And those relationships will become the foundation of the legacy that you're here to build. So don't force your next chapter into existence. Know that challenges make you stronger. This is time to have faith, especially when you face or stand against adversity. Trust that the more fully that you become you and let yourself shine, the more the right people, the right opportunities, the right path will begin to truly find you. And that is where your future stops asking you to prove who you are and starts asking you just to become who your soul and your spirit have always been. Embrace the magic because you carry the shaman within you. Taurus, so Jupiter is at 4 degrees in Leo in your 4th house. This is big for you guys. Uranus is at 4 degrees in Gemini in your 2nd house. Neptune is at 4 degrees in Aries in the 12th. And Pluto is at 4 degrees in Aquarius in your 10th house. So your home, your values, your inner world, your foundations, and your life direction. They are all being activated with this basket. And this basket is truly inviting you to build from the inside out, because that is truly where the world can recognize the life that you're meant to create. Your soul first needs, though, a place where it feels safe enough to dream it into existence. So, what do we need to release? Because at the bottom of the deck, there's going to be a connection to the past, but the world is your oyster and there's something truly new. And you're meant to shine in your strength. Oh my goodness. So Jupiter in your 4th house like this is truly asking you to create a foundation that reflects who you're becoming rather than who you've been. We've got the 9 of Swords. So this is looking back and unduly blaming the self, right? It's caused nightmares, insomnia, anxiety, panic, despair. This is living in the past. Because remember, the best way to think about it is if you're feeling depressed, you're focused too far looking backwards. If you're feeling anxiety, you're looking at the future. Where do you need to come back to your center to be in the present? Because this is a point of completion that is awakening your sacral chakra. That is turning wounds to wisdom, to let you breathe. So whether you're creating a more nourishing home dynamic, planting roots somewhere new, healing old family stories, or simply making space to feel more alive. Home isn't simply the place you live. It's the place where your spirit returns to remember itself. Jupiter is asking you, where is your sense of belonging? There's a tie to the past. There's a tie of looking forward, where you want to truly let your roots spread. The stronger your roots become, the higher your dreams will be able to grow. This is your true invitation to create a home that celebrates your light and reminds you that every day that you deserve to flourish, that is where you start to look at the simple pleasures that light you up, that connect you back to source, that connect you back to your truth, and then become your anchor. Has a lot to do with a new beginning and duality that brings harmony back into your place of peace. There is also triumph, assured success, holistic wholeness, and a new chapter. There may be movement or travel involved with this as well. Now, Uranus in your 2nd house is going to be rewiring your relationship with value, with abundance, and the way that you earn your living altogether. There could be an unexpected opportunity because you've got the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles coming out. I'm going to try and fit these all on screen. Maybe I'll take these off. Here we go. All right. So with Uranus in your 2nd house, there is the potential of an unexpected opportunity, a conversation, a brilliant idea. It's connected to something that's very emotional for you. And it'll completely shift how you think about money and the gifts that you bring into this world altogether. This is the kind of energy that reminds you that your greatest resource has never been what sits in your bank account. It's the unique talents and the wisdom that you hold, that you carry, that no one else can offer quite the same as you can. It's your truth. It's your raw truth, but it's also your justice as well. Neptune is asking you to focus your intents. Open your imagination to your dreams. Let it be infused with your creativity. Let it inspire you. You've got the Page of Pentacles with manifestation happening. Neptune in your 12th is quietly dissolving the old fears, the hidden limitations, the unconscious stories that have kept you carrying burdens that you were never meant to carry in the first place. The dream is beginning long before it reaches the surface, and it has a lot to do with your intuition becoming clearer through moments of stillness, solitude, surrender. This is adapting what you value most into where you focus your energy with taking action. You've got Aries energy, your energy, Taurus energy, right? And also Gemini energy. So pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to the synchronicities and those quiet inner nudges above all, because they don't necessarily all make logical sense. It's your soul remembering something that your mind hasn't quite caught up to yet. And this season is going to be helping you to trust what you feel before you can fully explain it. And that's where new skills, new opportunities, new employment brings enthusiasm, brings good news about money, career, education, and home. Let it inspire you because you've got the star and the strength right afterwards. These are both your heart space opening, just as your crown awakened as well. And opposite all of this, you've got Pluto reclaiming your power when it comes to your 10th house. Pluto is transforming your public life, your purpose, your career, so that you can truly shine. This is the legacy that you're here to truly leave behind, not the past that felt like a burden. The world is beginning to ask you under this energy and ask more of you, because you're becoming capable of carrying more. So let old definitions of success begin to crumble so that truer callings can emerge in their place and take root, because this isn't about climbing someone else's mountain anymore for you, right? Living up to others' expectations. It's about building one, building the foundation that reflects your own values and inspires others to do the same. Your influence is growing, and with it comes the opportunity to lead from authenticity rather than expectation. So let yourself shine. Let your vision shine. Also, let your strength shine, because this entire basket is weaving together your inner sanctuary, your sense of worth, your spiritual life, and your greater purpose. And it's all coming together into one living, breathing foundation for you. So, as you strengthen your roots, you'll begin to recognize your true value. And as you recognize your true value, that is where new opportunities will naturally begin to appear for you. Those opportunities as well will align you with the purpose that your soul has quietly been preparing you for all along. And this is where every piece is going to be supporting the next. They're going to be supporting each other. They're going to be creating and securing a future that's built on your authenticity instead of obligation. So don't worry if everything hasn't fully revealed itself yet, because you're coming into your personal power. Some of the most important constructions always begin beneath the surface, right? The grizzly bear is indestructible. He honors his intuition. He follows where it leads with faith, surrender, and trust. And this is the time where this Barbault Basket is asking you to trust that every quiet moment of healing, every shift in perspective, every new opportunity is truly laying another stone beneath your feet, because the home that you're building within yourself, within the world around you, it is becoming the very foundation that will support the legacy that you're destined to create in the world. Gemini, Jupiter is in your 3rd house at 4 degrees. Uranus is in your 1st house at 4 degrees. Neptune is in your 11th house. That is your house of dreams, community, sense of belonging at 4 degrees. And then Pluto is in your 9th house of expansion at 4 degrees. So your voice, Your identity, your dreams for the future, and your higher purpose are all being activated. And this basket is truly asking you to trust that one thought, that one conversation, that one introduction, or one simple yes. Just know it has the power to change the direction of your life, whatever comes in. And for you, this isn't just a season of transformation, right? It's the season of discovery. It's your victory. You've got the Knight of Cups here that flew out in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, you've got foundations with the light being shown on your Ten of Cups. So Jupiter in your third house like this is asking you to create out in the open, and most importantly, through your voice. You've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is wealth, success, security, but most importantly, trust. Trust your voice, whether you're writing, speaking, teaching, creating content, or simply sharing your ideas with the people around you. This is your invitation to let your message travel farther than it ever has before. Do not hold back, is all I can say. Don't hold back the stories that only you can tell or the perspective that only you can offer, because Jupiter is here to turn it into something very material and very prosperous for you. It's building your legacy. Jupiter is expanding your confidence to speak from the heart above all, because your words, the words that you choose, now have the power to encourage, inspire, and open doors. Just saying, both for yourself and those that are listening. Your voice isn't just carrying information, it's carrying light. Now, we're going to look at this Knight of Cups in reverse, right? Because this is where your emotions have been dimmed, right? They may have been reactive rather than responsive. And Uranus in your first house like this, your state of consciousness, your identity, your roles that you play. Uranus in your first house is rewiring it all. And you may begin surprising even yourself under this energy. There are parts of you that have been quietly waiting beneath the surface with this coming in reverse. They are now ready to step into the sunlight so that your cup no longer flows out, it pours in. You may feel inspired to change your appearance, your direction, your passions, or simply the way that you show up in the world altogether. Follow those impulses because they are not random. They are your spirit reminding you that you were never meant to fit inside someone else's expectations, someone else's box. You're headed towards victory, right? You're becoming more authentic with every step. And that authenticity is truly your magnetism. And then you've got Neptune in your 11th house. So this is the arrival of prosperity, success, fruits of your labor. Your inner marshmallow is beginning to shine, as I like to put it. So Neptune in your 11th house is dissolving old dreams so that bigger ones can begin to take their place. Just know some friendships, communities, or long-held visions of the future, they may naturally begin to drift away. Not because you failed. It's because your soul is truly making room for something that fits who you're becoming, who you are, who you're meant to grow into. And at the same time, you're going to begin to attract kindred spirits, soul tribe, who see the same possibilities that you do through common goals, through common ground. These are the people who are meant to expand your imagination and most importantly, remind you of what's truly possible. You've got the Six of Staffs here. There is movement, and it is leading you to your true Ten of Cups. So just know, as they remind you what's truly possible, the best that life has to offer, let it and let them inspire you to dream far beyond what you thought you could accomplish alone. And opposite all of this, Pluto in your 9th house of expansion, higher self-wisdom, Pluto is transforming your beliefs, your wisdom, and the path that your soul is asking you to explore. The way that you've understood life up until now, it's evolving. And it's evolving into your Ten of Cups. It's evolving into success, romance, tranquility, stability, and family, prosperity. You've got luck at your side. You've got love surrounding you. And both of these are about success, fulfillment, joy, bliss, happiness. So just know that every new experience coming through is going to help you see a larger truth, whether it's through travel, learning, spiritual growth, or simply seeing the world through a different lens. You've got the light being shown through the dark. It is the lighthouse, and you're being invited to expand beyond familiar horizons. The collective is truly asking you to build something from the wisdom that you're gaining, to become a bridge between ideas, people, and possibilities that once seemed worlds apart from each other. All of it is being illuminated, right? This is coming to completion, but also letting that wisdom light the world just as much as it lights your inner world. And this entire basket is weaving together your identity, your voice, your vision for the future, and it's expanding your perspective into one living story. As you become more fully yourself, your words are going to naturally begin reaching the people who need to hear them most. Those conversations are going to lead you to new connections, new directions, and those connections are going to inspire even bigger dreams than what the ego can create. And those dreams are going to guide you toward the purpose your soul has been quietly asking for and asking to let unfold in your story all along. Every idea, every conversation, and every unexpected encounter is becoming another stitch in the tapestry of your future. So let it breathe, rise above earthly matters, and guide through life with grace, because you're able to see the right path when you stand tall and taller. Just saying. This is the visionary card. Don't overthink every turn in the road or worry about having the entire map before you begin. Your compass is being recalibrated, and your gift has never been knowing exactly where the path will lead you, right? It's been your willingness to follow your curiosity wherever it calls. You're looking above the trees. So trust the conversations that light something up inside you. Trust the ideas that seem to arrive out of nowhere. And most of all, trust the new vision, the new version of yourself that's beginning to emerge, because your future isn't waiting at the end of the journey, right? It's being written one conversation, one connection, and one inspired step at a time. So Cancer, Jupiter is at 4 degrees in Leo in your second house. Uranus is at 4 degrees in Gemini in your 12th house. Neptune is at 4 degrees in Aries in your 10th house. And Pluto is at 4 degrees in Aquarius in your 8th house of transformation. So your sense of worth, your inner world, your foundations, your intuition, your life purpose, and your deepest transformations are all being activated through trust and vulnerability. This basket is reminding you that everything you're building on the outside starts and begins with what you believe you deserve on the inside. Like the tides, your life is preparing to rise. But first, the waters within, they are being gently stirred up. So just know we've got 2 pages in reverse, and we've got the 7 of Wands coming out 50-50. There is something here for you guys that's going to be very powerful and very transformative. Jupiter, thank you. Jupiter in your second house is asking you to create a life that reflects your true value. There is no surprise that these came out in reverse, but look at where you're ending. Focusing on your craft, focusing on the Midas touch. What you touch turns to gold. So with the 7 of Wands coming out 50-50, 7 of Wands 50-50 like this is like being needing to stand your ground, being reminded that you're in the favorable position, right? Especially when you let your fire really drive and be devoted towards your passions, your desires, where you take action. On the downswing though, this is where you may have been feeling overly defensive, overly sensitive, feeling like you're at a disadvantage, or lacking confidence altogether, which has caused indecision in your life. And it's caused a blockage in your crown chakra with the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups coming out in reverse. So, that being said, Jupiter in your second house is asking you to create a life that reflects your true value. This is not simply about money, although I will say abundance may certainly begin flowing in new ways for you. You've got Jupiter, which expands everything that it touches. It's about recognizing, though, with Leo energy, your heart space, where you've been closed off, right? Where you felt impulsive. Maybe that your dreams were unrealistic. Maybe, rightly so, you've seen bad news come in, and that's detracted, lowered your vibration altogether from you reaching towards your dreams, reaching towards expansion. There is something here, because it's about recognizing the gifts you've carried all along and allowing them to become the foundations of the future that you're building. Jupiter wants you to stop underestimating what comes naturally to you. And remember, as Cancer, that is your compassion, your wisdom, your creativity, your TLC. You're the most nurturing sign. Your ability to care for others are truly the treasures that deserve to be shaped with confidence. Don't let them fall away due to seeing irresponsibility, impulsiveness lead the way instead, right? This is now asking you to look at your truth, but the raw truth that brings balance and harmony into how you let your gifts shine. It also is going to encompass your adaptation of what you value most into where you take action, where you devote your energy, where you let your gifts shine. And the more deeply that you honor your own worth, the more the universe is going to respond with opportunity rather than lack of opportunity. And it's going to be mirroring it back to you. Now, Uranus in your 12th house is going to be quietly rewiring your inner landscape. You've got an attachment to the past. You've also got the law of reciprocity coming in. And you're also seeing the restrictions, the vices, the temptations that have blocked you from this heart space being open. But you've got the sacral flow. This is your creativity. There is a new beginning, but it's going to require change. And remember, Uranus in your 12th is quietly rewriting your inner landscape, your intuition, how you trust, surrender, trust faith. You may have some breakthroughs that are very prolific and very powerful that arrive in your dreams, in moments of solitude, awaken your hidden gifts through meditation, just saying, or even through sudden realizations that seem to appear out of nowhere. Just know that old fears, unconscious patterns, beliefs that you've carried for years, they are going to begin to loosen their grip. What once felt hidden is now becoming illuminated, with surprising clarity. So trust the whispers more than the noise during this season, because your soul is speaking before your mind has found the words to explain what it already knows. This is your heart space opening. This is sharing your knowledge, sharing your wisdom. This is fairness, charitability, generosity, all coming in back into harmony through integration. And remember, we have a very strong opposition here. This is harmony of opposites that is coming back into harmony. Know what I meant, not what I said. Either way, Neptune in your 10th house is dissolving the old ideas about success, and it's going to invite your purpose to become something far more meaningful, and it's tied to your work. Your 10th house is your purpose, your soul calling, your honors and achievements. You may find yourself feeling called towards work that inspires, heals, creates, or serves something bigger, brighter, and greater than yourself. If your career path has been like feeling uncertain, don't mistake that for being lost. What you touch turns to gold. Something on the shoreline disappears in the fog, right? So that you can learn to navigate by the light of your own inner compass. And this basket is recalibrating your compass. Your dreams are no longer asking what looks impressive to the world. They're asking what feels deeply meaningful to your heart. And now your confidence is mirroring that energy as well. But again, it is a personal challenge that you're rising up to and awakening as the inner wisdom, the hidden talents, lean into your connection with your spirituality to build this foundation that is connecting your vitality, your connection with Source, as the foundation that you build from. And as I was saying, there is an opposite that is happening here, right? opposite all of this, Pluto in your 8th house of transformation. Pluto is transforming your relationship with trust, vulnerability, shared resources. There is a reason why the Six of Pentacles came out. This is the law of reciprocity, imparting knowledge and experience, sharing with others, giving and receiving. So this is happening, Pluto is happening to deepen the bonds that shape your life. You're reclaiming power that may have been handed away through fear, obligation, or old emotional wounds. We had the devil come out. This is profound healing energy that asks you to truly release what no longer belongs to you so that something far more authentic can take its place. This is like enjoying the fruits of your labor, right? Knowing where you invest your time and your energy, where you invest your heart, but also seeing that reflect back to you. Because you're having Saturn anchor Taurian energy, which is what your heart values most. So, this is generating prosperity, wealth, emotional prosperity, and holistic wholeness. And it stems with turning wounds into wisdom. And what I love most about the sacral flow is it's turning pain into passion and then turning it into profit altogether. So with Pluto here, there is something where the collective is inviting you to discover that true strength is not found in carrying every burden alone. Let the vices, the restrictions go. Release the weight, because it's found, true transformation is found, true empowerment and sovereignty is found in allowing yourself to be deeply seen, deeply supported, and deeply transformed. And this entire basket is weaving together protection for your self-worth, your intuition, your purpose, and your miracles, your emotional resilience. It's all coming together into one living current that flows just like the river through the ebbs and the flows. As you begin to value yourself more deeply, your inner guidance is going to become clearer. You've got the white stag walking right alongside with you. And that clarity gently is going to be redirecting your path toward work that nourishes your spirit. So embrace your calling. You're feeling it surge up with Mercury and Cancer being in retrograde. This is a long-held dream, a long-held soul's purpose. It's awakening to naturally attract the people, the opportunities that are meant to support your next chapter. And every wave of it that comes through, that awakens within your 12th house, is going to carry you closer to the shore that your soul has been truly searching for. This is where you are meant to create blessings with your magic. This is where miracles are meant to shine. And remember, it starts with you, because you bless the world with the positivity, with the love that your energy carries. So don't rush the unfolding, right? Or worry if everything isn't truly visible yet. There is a fog still with Neptune being in retrograde. This is truly your lighthouse. The ocean never reveals its treasure all at once, and neither does your spirit. So trust what your heart has been quietly telling you. Trust the dreams that keep returning because they bring miracles. Trust the gentle pull toward a life that feels more like home for you, because your future is being built on where you're meant to thrive. It is not about survival anymore. It is not about surviving alone. Your future is being shaped by the quiet courage to believe that you are truly worthy of receiving every beautiful thing that you've spent so much of your life giving to others. Leo, so Jupiter is at 4 degrees in your sign, in your first house. This is big. Uranus is at 4 degrees in Gemini in your 11th house. Neptune is at 4 degrees in Aries in your 9th house. And then Pluto is at 4 degrees in Aquarius in your 7th house of partnerships. So your identity, your communities, your beliefs, and your relationships, they are all being activated. And this basket is placing a spotlight directly on who you are becoming and asking you to truly step forward with greater confidence, with greater courage, and with authenticity. So this is a deeply personal activation for you because Jupiter is moving through your own sign. and your own house, your identity, your state of consciousness, the roles that you hold and carry in this life. And Jupiter is expanding the very essence of who you are. So the question is no longer, am I ready to shine? The question is, what will I create now that I finally allow myself to be seen? So where have you been dimming your light? Where have you been navigating choppy waters? Because you're being asked to liberate yourself and take your rightful place on your throne. Jupiter in your first house is asking you to create yourself out in the open, right? And know that you're enough, every piece and part of you. This is your moment to embrace the fullness of your personality, your creativity. What you touch turns to gold. You also have the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands. There's a lot going on in your head with this energy. Your thoughts, your ideas. This is your moment to embrace the fullness of your personality, right? So let it shine. All of your natural abilities are meant to inspire others. So where have you been dimming your light? Because Jupiter is reminding you that your presence alone carries energy. The more authentically that you can express yourself, the more doors will begin to open around you. This is the artist, the leader, the performer, and the creator within you, all remembering that your light was never meant to be hidden, right? So this is like moving through ways that have caused you to really look at the past, caused you to really look at what, who, where you define home, and that includes what is home within you as well. That is your place of peace. Now you're building foundations as the Emperor, taking your throne. So I will say it again, what will you create now that you're finally allowing yourself to be seen? Let yourself take up space. Let yourself be celebrated. Your joy is not something that you have to earn. It is part of the gift of you that you bring into the world altogether. And Uranus in your 11th house, this is going to be incredibly prolific because that is your house of relationships, right? Your sense of belonging, your community, your long-held dreams that you've been building for the future. Just know that with Uranus being the great awakener, you're awakening to your authority, to your leadership, with a focus really being put on stability. And this is your true liberation. The Death card is the end of something old, the start of something new through rebirth. And Jupiter with Uranus involving your 1st and your 11th, Uranus is going to be playing a big role through disruption. So just know this is moving you to sovereignty. New people may enter your life unexpectedly, bringing ideas, opportunities, perspectives that completely change the direction that you're moving in. And at the same time, certain connections may naturally fall away if they no longer align with the person that you're becoming, that you're meant to become. Biggest thing is to trust the shifts, because your soul tribe is not simply made of the people who admire your light, right? It's made of the people who encourage you to shine even brighter, to carry your flag, to rise up. The right communities will not ask you to dim yourself just to belong. And that's why you've been asked, that's where you've been asked, or what you've been asked to do in the past. Now things are changing because what you touch turns to gold. You've got the Midas touch, and now you've got new inspiration coming through. So, just know that with Neptune, something special is happening. Neptune is in your 9th house. Neptune is dissolving old beliefs and expanding your vision of what is possible. So, this is all about release, right? Let go of what you've been holding on to too tightly that has caused you to dim your light. That you need to earn your sense of belonging altogether. Your world is now becoming bigger, both internally and externally. And that's where the energy of this card truly shifts into a manifestation of a very material, prosperous flow. So this may come through travel, learning, spirituality, creativity, or even experiences that completely transform the way that you understand yourself, your place of peace, and your place in the world and in the universe altogether. The dreams that you've been carrying are going to begin to evolve beyond what you once thought was realistic. And Neptune, the beauty of him, the beauty of the visionary, is going to be reminding you that your imagination is not escape from reality. It's often the door through which your greatest realities are truly created. And like opposite all of this, you've got Pluto in your 7th house, transforming your relationships, your commitments, your partnerships, collaborations, your soul mirror lessons, because those come through the people around you, right? This is reforming, transforming, creating solid terra through the way that you experience connection with others. The people who are entering your life, they are going to become the powerful mirrors for you, revealing both the strength that you have cultivated and the parts of yourself that are ready to evolve. It's going to be looking at how you utilize your leadership to manifest your goals, right? How you open yourself to new perspectives, how you approach, receive others, share and impart with others with an open mind through resilience. Again, you've got the Knight of Wands. This is new ventures. They're going to go well. They're meant to be blessed. It's going to fill you with excitement. It's going to cause you to take action towards your evolution. So old relationship patterns, expectations, dynamics, they are going to be asked to be released so that deeper, more empowering bonds can take their place. And the world is ready. Your inner world is ready. And the collective is asking you to truly discover that true partnership is meant to be amplified when you stand in your sovereignty, but allow others to stand right by your side at the same time. So get ready for an adventure, because this entire basket is weaving together your identity. Your higher calling, wanted to fall out there. Oh my goodness. Your community, your vision, your relationships, and it's woven together all into one radiant masterpiece. And this is gliding through the waters. You're being asked, I should say rather, to glide through the waters with grace. Trust the divine timing that's being orchestrated in your life. Because as you step more fully into who you are, you have within you all the courage that you need. So reclaim your majesty, let go of the past, because your success, your contentment is not going it alone. You are not meant to stand alone. There are those, your like soul tribe, that are meant to honor your truth and go with you along this journey. So, with all of this happening, just know that these connections are truly meant to expand your dreams. As you step fully into who you are, you're going to be naturally attracting the people who recognize and honor your truth. The dreams that they come and meet you at halfway on common ground with common goals, they are going to reshape your perspective. And that new perspective is what is going to allow you to create a future that feels just as magnificent as the person that you have become. So don't think that your light needs to shrink anymore, because especially don't shrink it because you're afraid it will make others feel uncomfortable. Create the place where you are meant to be renewed, and know that you, as you step forward confidently toward that purpose, that is where the divine light, your inner divine light and humanity, will offer greater rewards. So just know that the sun does not apologize for shining. It simply illuminates what has always been there. And this basket is reminding you that your greatest power comes from embracing the truth of who you are as you allow that truth to lead. Your future is not asking you to become someone worthy of that spotlight. It's asking you to remember that you were born to carry your own spotlight. And it's time to shine. Virgos, so Jupiter is in Leo at 4 degrees in your 12th house. Uranus is in Gemini in your 10th house at 4 degrees. Neptune is an Aries, and at 4 degrees in your 8th house of transformation, this is prolific. And then Pluto is at 4 degrees in Aquarius in your 6th house. That is your wheelhouse. Your inner world, your career path, your deepest transformations, and your daily rhythm, your daily flow, they are all being activated. And this basket is inviting you to honor the invisible work that has been preparing you for your next chapter. Because before a masterpiece is revealed, there is something calling you home. There's always this quiet season of craftsmanship where the foundation is strengthened, the details are refined, and the vision is brought into focus. And you're claiming your throne. You've got the Emperor here building a foundation that is meant to stand the test of time. And for you, this is a powerful moment of clearing away what no longer belongs so that the life that you're creating moving forward can finally reflect, oh my goodness, that flew out, all of the wisdom that you've gained. So Jupiter, the heart of the lion, I've got to reach here. Oh, okay, got it. And the 4 wands. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Jupiter in your 12th house is asking you to create in the quiet place first. Awaken to your intuition, to trusting your intuition, awakening your hidden gifts and your hidden talents as well. This is the sacred workshop where your dreams, your intuition, your inner guidance are all being expanded before they are shared with the world. You may feel called to retreat, to reflect, to heal, or even to spend more time listening to the subtle messages that emerge when life becomes still. The greatest growth may not happen through forcing, but through allowing. So allow yourself to open and to receive. We're going to talk about this 3 of Cups because you guys I'm a Virgo too, and this wanted to fall out, are the wanderers. Right? You're the hermit historically in the Zodiac and in the tarot. So this is where the greatest growth is happening, not through forcing, but through allowing, through being open to receive your throne, to where you take action in your transformation. Just like a butterfly emerging from the chrysalis, Jupiter is reminding you that not every seed needs to immediately be placed under the spotlight. The flower trusts each petal when it blooms to do its thing and do what it does best. Some things become stronger when they're nurtured privately until the roots are deep enough to support the growth ahead. And you're being asked to step into your authority, to claim your leadership, to lead your ambitions, to achieve your ambitions through support, especially with your 6th house being awoken here. That is your wheelhouse. That is basically, you guys are the sign of service, right? But you're not made for service. So this is really connecting Uranus in your 10th house to Aquarius, thinking about your future, about how you can share your gift with the world in a brand new way. Uranus in your 10th house like this is rewiring your career, your honors and achievements, your reputation, and the direction that you're building toward altogether. And you're headed towards the 4 of Wands. There may be a sudden opportunity, an unexpected idea, a surprising shift altogether in your professional path. And it's opening a door that you never saw coming. It's about your harvest. It's leading you to prosperity. It's encompassed with commitment, marriage, stability, peace, balance, harmony. And again, you've got Aries energy calling you to take action towards your heart's desires with Venus being present here. This is opening up your heart space in a whole new way. So don't be afraid if the path looks different from what you originally had planned. The way that you contribute to the world is evolving, and you may feel drawn toward work that allows more freedom, more innovation, and more authenticity to shine. Your purpose is not meant to follow a perfectly straight line. It's meant to unfold through the discoveries that happen along the way, along your journey. And with so much Aries energy coming out, this is where Neptune comes in, because you do have the 3 of Cups in reverse, right? So Neptune in your 8th house is dissolving old fears around trust, vulnerability, and shared energy, but they were created for good reason. There was betrayal, there was rejection, maybe even fears of betrayal and rejection, right? This is relying too much on what other people think in order for you to feel safe enough to voice and to sing your dreams, your gifts. So with Neptune here, there is a very deep emotional transformation that is asking you to release the instinct to control everything and instead learn where surrender, true surrender, creates greatest strength. It is your vulnerability that is your true strength. Old attachments, old survival patterns, old beliefs around what you must carry alone, they are all going to be softening during this time. You've got the Empress energy. Your intuition is becoming the powerful guide that you need through deeper connections, through healing, and through transformation. This is fertile energy. Again, you are being called to really follow and lean into your heart's desires, because there is a dream that is teaching you that receiving support can be just as sacred as offering it. And opposite all of that, as you lean into this creativity, what really brings you bliss, right? Especially when it comes to generating material wealth, enjoying the best things that life has to offer, and how you define success. Pluto in your 6th house is transforming your daily life, your routines, your habits, your relationship with work, and the way that you care for yourself. So these systems that you have built, they are all being examined and refined. The Knight of Wands is all about a new perspective and charging towards a new perspective that holds compassion for your inner fire, because you can't feed from an empty cup. You can't drink from an empty cup, right? So anything that drains your energy, disconnects you from your purpose, or keeps you trapped in old cycles, all of it is ready to be rebuilt. This is the alchemy of small choices becoming a completely different life. And the collective is asking you, what will you create when your time, your energy, and your devotion are no longer scattered, but intentionally directed towards what truly matters? And it's time to truly charge towards it. Take swift action, thrive on challenge, and know that you've got all that's in you, all the tools within you to set you up with success and for success. So take inspired action. Charge towards those dreams with enthusiasm. Let your light shine for the world to see all the wisdom that you have. Let the world see it, because Pluto is helping you reclaim your power through true alchemy. And this is where the collective is asking you, what will you create when your time, your energy, and your devotion are all being directed towards stability, right? Towards what you value most with Taurian energy here. And that is really about experiencing the best things that life has to offer through the body, through all of our 5 senses of the body. So this is enjoying your harvest. This is seeing a return on your investments, knowing where to truly invest your time and energy, but also surrender to the excitement of it. Allowing the universe to delight you, to surprise you. This is a promotion, this is planning, this is reflection, this is also watching what you've watered, what you've nurtured, truly grow and become anchored with Saturn here. That is devotion. And remember, he always rewards karmically for doing the work and knowing that you are absolutely enough when you are and become inspiration in action. So this entire basket is weaving together your inner wisdom, your public purpose, your emotional healing, and your daily devotion all into one living creation. And as I always like to say, your life is your greatest masterpiece. Embrace the shaman within you, because you're meant for greatness as the healers and the teachers of the Zodiac. This is where, as you listen more deeply to your intuition, your outer path is going to begin to rearrange itself. As your routines align with your values, your purpose will become clearer. And as you release what you've been carrying alone, you're creating more space, cleaner space, for the support and the opportunities that are truly ready to meet you. So, as the creator, as the magician, use your gifts for good. What dream is calling you home? Don't underestimate the power of the quiet moments or the small adjustments that you're making behind the scenes, because the greatest transformations often begin where no one else can see them, and it starts with you. This is your season truly of sacred craftsmanship. Every lesson you've gathered, every detail you refined, every piece you've patiently tended to, nurtured, is becoming part of the masterpiece, and you're preparing to bring it into the world, and it's meant for greatness. Just remember, leadership is your path, love is your strength, and your future isn't asking you to be perfect. It's asking you to trust the wisdom that you've earned and will build from there, from that wisdom. Libra, so Jupiter is at 4 degrees in Leo in your 11th house. Uranus is at 4 degrees in Gemini in your 9th house of expansion. Neptune is at 4 degrees in Aries in your 7th house of partnerships. And Pluto is at 4 degrees in Aquarius in my favorite house, your 5th house of bliss, joy, love, romance, and self-expression. Your communities, your beliefs, your partnerships, and your creative expression are all being activated, and it's bringing you home to what you love most. So this basket is weaving together the people you surround yourself with, the visions you carry for the future, and the unique gifts that you're here to share, that you've been created to share. For you, this is a powerful reminder that your path was never meant to be walked alone. The right connections, the right conversations, and the right collaborations are going to become your mirrors that reflect back the fullest expression of who you're becoming. That's a lot. I'm going to switch that back. So Jupiter in your 11th house, thank you, is asking you to create within community and let your dreams truly become visible. Trust your intuition, trust your gut, trust where it's leading you, because this is where it's leading you. I just got goosebumps. So with Jupiter in your 11th house, that is your sense of belonging. That is your long-held dreams. This is the season to truly share your ideas and expand your network and allow yourself to be supported by the people who recognize your gifts. With the 10 of staffs in reverse, this is like where you've been seeing no progress up until now. Remember, this basket is opening doors that you thought were locked long ago. All of a sudden, it's opening on its own. There's good news coming in. You're looking ahead to the future. You've got a new path presenting itself. And Jupiter in your 11th house is expanding those dreams, that sense of belonging, your community, into something much bigger. So Jupiter is reminding you that your hopes, your visions are not too big. They are invitations for the right people to find you. New friendships, new collaborations, new communities very well may become new important pieces of chapters in your future. They're going to bring warmth, inspiration, and opportunities that help your dreams grow beyond what you could have created alone. And your joy becomes even brighter when it's shared. This is a desire for change. There's options. It may even require or involve movement, travel. Again, I will say it, trust your intuition, because Neptune in your 7th house like this is dissolving old ideas about love, partnership, and what it means to truly meet another person. It's time to stand and walk forward with confidence, with optimism, and stand in your strength with charisma. Have the charisma to stand in your strength and let others see it. So this energy is truly asking you to release relationships that primarily are built on projection, expectation, or the desire to create harmony by abandoning pieces of yourself. Instead, Neptune is guiding you toward connections that are rooted in compassion, authenticity, spiritual alignment, divine feminine energy with the Queen of Wands here. And look at where you're headed. This is your justice. This is wishes do come true. This is periods of healing and recovery. All of it is intertwining together. So the ideas that arrive now, they're gonna feel like lightning, okay? The dream is teaching you that true partnership is not about finding someone to complete you. It's about finding someone who honors the person you already are becoming. And Uranus in your 9th house is rewiring your beliefs, your worldview, your perception, your perspective, and the horizon that you're moving toward. It's your justice. It's your deserved outcomes, and you deserve the best that this life has to offer. So, in these relationships that are coming in, the soul tribe alignments, there may be a sudden insight, an unexpected teacher, a spontaneous journey, or a powerful conversation that may completely change the way that you understand life altogether. You're being invited to explore beyond what has been familiar and allow new perspectives to expand your reality. This is financial success. This is reaching your goals. This is soul tribe family, and it's also sovereignty when it comes to your personal power, your freedom, new friendships, right? For you, this is going to be quite prolific because the ideas that are arriving here, I will say it again, are going to feel like lightning striking. And it's going to be filled with inspiration, open doors to knowledge and experiences that you never knew that you needed. So stay curious, be open, because your next chapter may come from a place that you never expected to look before. And I will say it again, it's bringing you into mastery, into your personal justice. There's truth here, there's judgment, there's fairness, and there's also healing, because opposite all of this, Pluto in your 5th house is transforming your creativity, your passions, your joy, and the way that you express your heart. You deserve the 9 of coins, where wishes do truly come true. This is a powerful rebirth of your creative fire. Old fears are being seen. You're having it highlighted where there's been burnout, where there's been fear, where you felt drained, stressed, felt anxiety, or emotionally or mentally overwhelmed. This is where taking risks or fully embracing what makes you unique, all of it is being brought into the light so that it can be transformed from a place of healing with the tree of life into your justice. Your creative gifts are not simply hobbies or moments of inspiration or wishes. They are dreams come true. And they're coming through for you. They are expressions of your soul's true power and true calling. And the collective is asking you, what will you create when you stop seeking approval and allow your authentic self-expression to truly become your greatest offering? Because it's your karmic justice. This entire basket is weaving together your friendships, your wisdom, your relationships, your commitments, and your creativity, and it's being woven into one beautiful tapestry. It's a tapestry of connection and purpose. As you open yourself to new communities, your perspective is going to expand. As your perspective expands, you attract relationships that align with your growth. And those relationships will inspire you to create from a place of deeper authenticity and confidence. And every encounter will truly become another thread that is guiding you towards the future you're meant to build. And it's a red thread. You are meant to shine in all the vibrancy that you were born with. So don't be afraid to let your world become bigger than it ever has been before, because there are doors opening and you were born to shine. You were born to inspire. Be grateful for all the good things that are coming into your life, and most of all, be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance, because under this basket, this is where you are being reminded that you're not here to create beauty only in spaces around you. You're here to create beauty through the connections that you nurture, the ideas that you share, the love that you bring into this world as you shine in all of your vibrancy. So trust the people who inspire your growth. Trust the visions that keep calling your heart forward, because your future is not asking you to find that perfect balance by standing still, right? It's asking you to step into the dance and create harmony as you move. Scorpios, so Jupiter is at 4 degrees in Leo in your 10th house. That is your career, your soul calling, your higher purpose. Uranus is at 4 degrees in Gemini in your 8th house of transformation. Neptune is at 4 degrees in Aries in your 6th house. That is your house of work. And Pluto is at 4 degrees in Aquarius in your 4th house. So it's very foundational. That is your roots. And you're being called to move away from disappointment, take a soul-searching journey, seek higher meaning and wisdom, and pour it into your craft. And take the Fool's Shoes journey. We're going to get into this more. Because your purpose, your deepest transformations, your daily life and your foundations are all being activated, and they're asking you to step out of your comfort zone and be seen. Follow your heart. This basket is bringing your inner power and your outer path into alignment, and they're asking you to step into the version of yourself that no longer wants to hide what you carry. Your vulnerability is meant to shine, and it's your greatest strength. And this is the powerful moment for you of evolution, because the things that have been quietly transforming beneath the surface, they're going to begin to influence the world around you. This truly is your Phoenix rising moment. But I will say this time, it is not rebuilding from a place of ashes. It's building from the place of wisdom that you hold. So Jupiter in your 10th house, you're being seen. There's a new idea that you're going to be charging to. And yes, you do have options, but there's one that'll entangle with you, that is the right one. And you've got the wisdom and the discernment to see through what your heart truly desires. You've got your energy here, pointing you toward Venus's energy. And Venus is in Virgo right now. That is where love becomes a verb. Acts of care. Love that stays. Love that shows up. Is the shoulder that you do the ugly cry on kind of energy. So, with Jupiter in your 10th house, Jupiter, the heart of the lion, or in the heart of the lion, I should say, is asking you to create in the open and allow your purpose to truly be witnessed. Your gifts, your experiences, and the wisdom that you've gathered through every chapter of your journey, they are all ready to become part of your legacy. That is where this soul-searching journey carries you home. So lean into the change. This is an invitation to step into greater leadership, greater visibility, and greater recognition without feeling like you have to prove your worth first. Know that you deserve it. Your gifts deserve it. Your talent deserves to shine. Jupiter is expanding your influence, and Jupiter is also reminding you that your intensity, your insight, and your ability to see beneath the surface, they are not burdens. There are, and they are, some of your greatest strengths, and they are the most important pieces of your journey. So let yourself rise into the role that you've been preparing for, because you've got Uranus here. This is a new start where you're tapping into unlimited potential, pure potential. This is the spirit of adventure that fills you and awakens your creativity. And you're starting at this point of infinite potential. So it's very special because the Great Awakener, Uranus, in your 8th house is rewiring your relationship, particularly with trust, intimacy, shared resources, and personal power. It is soul mergence personal power. There may be a sudden realization, an unexpected opportunity, especially that's going to be built on a foundation where your passions, your desires are meant to truly shine with your solar plexus energy. This is like standing in your full confidence, being and walking in inspiration. There is something here in this unexpected opportunity where you're being seen. It could be even through a profound, prolific conversation that may reveal a new way forward in areas that once felt complicated or uncertain, right? Old attachments, fears, or patterns, particularly around control, may also begin to shift as you discover a deeper sense of freedom, and it's your sovereignty. your soul sovereignty, in your remembrance that you're being awakened to. Because Uranus is reminding you that transformation doesn't always arrive through struggle, right? It can arrive like lightning, illuminating what has been waiting to change all along. So stay open to the breakthroughs that come through your vulnerability. And when I say vulnerability in your 8th house, I mean spiritually, emotionally, financially, whatever soul emergence you're being called to. It's meaningful work. You're being seen for it. It has to do with your creativity, new collaborations, communication, where your reputation is going to precede you. It's synergy. There's balance, and there's also monetary rewards entangled with it as well, because you've got your 10th house and your 6th house here. Just saying. So with Neptune in your 6th house, Neptune is dissolving, and that is your great visionary planet, right? It is dissolving old patterns around work, service, health, the way that you devote your energy each and every day, the version of you that believed that you had to carry everything alone. Now you're building a foundation that's lifted, exalted with Aquarius's energy. Pluto is here, building a foundation that's focused on building a legacy and solidifying your future, with a foundation that's meant to stand the test of time, that precedes you. So the version of you that believed you had to carry everything, fix everything, constantly push forward, it's going to begin to soften. Your intuition is becoming the guide for how you structure your life and where you choose to place your energy. Neptune is also teaching you that true devotion doesn't come from depletion. It's not working harder. It's not even working smarter. It's about working with your heart, leading the way and leading the charge. This is where true devotion comes from alignment. Your daily rituals, your work, your habits, they are all being transformed so they support the person you're becoming, the person you're meant to grow into, rather than the person you've already outgrown. You're seeing with discernment which options are for you and which ones are not. This is your sign lifting up your heart's desires with Venus being here. So this is leaning into inspiration, creativity, seeing through the delusions, the decoys, the superficialities, and also the temptations, so that your imagination can truly flourish. And opposite all of this, Pluto in Aquarius is in your 4th house. It's going to be transforming who, what, where you define as home, where you want to spread your roots. Pluto is transforming your deepest foundations, your home, your family patterns, your emotional roots, the inner world that shapes everything that you create. This is profound ancestral and emotional healing energy for you. Old stories, inherited beliefs, survival patterns, they are all being brought into your awareness so that they can finally be released. And that's where you've got discernment being awakened, because Pluto is asking you to reclaim the power that has always belonged to you, where you fall back in love with you, with your commitments, with your friendships, with your soul tribe, and you're being aligned to relationships that are compatible, that are cooperative. There's new romance, mutual attraction, harmony, common ground, where you're following and walking along the same path. And that's why they're coming to you. It's magnetized. So Pluto is asking you to reclaim the power about where you decide, who, what you decide you want to carry forward into the future. You've got Venus. You've got Cancer energy. This is what you want to water grow, and seeing it grow. Cancer energy is also tied to roots, family, home, safety, security. It's compassion. It's tender. It's TLC energy. So the collective is truly asking you at this time with this Barbault Basket what you will build when your foundation is no longer shaped by the past, but instead by your own truth. Because this entire basket is weaving together your legacy. And it's created, fostered through your transformation, your daily devotion, and your emotional foundation. all of it is coming together to form a powerful rebirth for you. And it is all about centered on where you find your happiness, because that is what creates, nurtures your true abundance. And you deserve this, right? This is like elevation of your frequency to align to your highest timeline. So as you heal what's beneath the surface, your purpose is going to become clearer. As your purpose becomes clearer, you're naturally going to be stepping into a greater visibility, a greater influence. And it happens to be your mastery. The master of being, like the master of playful living, the release of expectations, the enjoyment of every day, because you're no longer chasing it, you're attracting it. So let go of the worry and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves and let them take you. This is where, as you reclaim your power, you create a life that truly reflects the depth, the strength, and the wisdom that you've earned through every transformation that you've survived. Because now you're walking into a highest timeline, your highest timeline, where you're meant to thrive in all of what abundance has to offer. So trust the changes that are happening within you, even if they feel intense, even if they feel unfamiliar. Because let's be honest, you've never been someone as a Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising who was ever meant to remain the same. Your gift has always been your ability to transform, to rise, to find meaning in what others might overlook, right? This basket is not asking you to become powerful. It's reminding you that you already are. This is where this abundance, this gratitude, this higher frequency is going to be teaching you the way of gratitude, of prayer. And it's also going to be filling your life with the best things that life has to offer, with the goodness that abundance brings. So your future is waiting for you to stop hiding the depth of your light and begin building from the wisdom that only you carry. And this is where you're headed. Sagittarius. So Jupiter is at 4 degrees in Leo in your 9th house of expansion. Uranus is at 4 degrees in Gemini in your 7th house of partnerships. And Neptune is at 4 degrees in Aries in your 5th house of bliss. And last but not least, Pluto is at 4 degrees in Aquarius. That is your 3rd house, thoughts, ideas, communication, how you show up in the world. So your beliefs, your relationships, your creative fire, and your voice, they are all being activated with this basket. And this cradle is truly opening new horizons for you and reminding you that your future is not found by staying exactly where you are. It's found by following the curiosity that keeps calling you forward. This is a powerful moment for you guys. And it's a powerful moment of expansion, because the places that you're being invited to explore, they are not only external, they are also the undiscovered landscapes within yourself. There are new horizons that you're moving toward. It is time to trust your intuition and to follow the signs. We're going to talk about this. This is also where the undiscovered landscapes, you've got the 3 of staffs and the 2 of staffs here, looking out across the horizon. This is where it is a powerful moment, because these landscapes, they are not only within yourself, they are waiting for you to step into a greater understanding of who you're becoming, who you're growing into. And wherever you have encountered the 5 of Swords here, this was where you're moving away from conflict, but it's going to require surrender. I say that because Jupiter in your 9th house is asking you to create through your vision, to let your wisdom travel even farther than what your mind felt like it was encapsulated into, or the box that it was put into. This is the explorer, the teacher, the storyteller, the philosopher within you that is awakening to a bigger purpose. Whether it be through travel, education, spirituality, the pursuit of higher meaning and higher wisdom, publishing, or simply sharing the truths that you've gathered through your experiences. Remember, you're holding 3 of these swords. These 2 are walking away, right? All of these cards have water and mountains on the other side. There is a greater horizon, a greater mountain that you're meant to climb and rise above. So Within all of this energy, just know that Jupiter is expanding your ability to inspire others through what you know. Your perspective has value, right? It's going to require surrender. So where conflicts have left you feeling defeated, caused stress, tension, there is something where you're now looking ahead towards new opportunities, towards really reclaiming your sovereignty, your freedom. There is travel here. This is enjoying success, enjoying prosperity, and good outcomes are here with Jupiter being in your ninth house in the heart of the lion, that are meant to truly bless you and bless your experience from here on out. So Jupiter is expanding your ability to inspire others through what you know, what you're meant to share, all the lessons that you've collected along the way, right? Don't shrink your vision to fit inside an old map. Instead, you're being invited to draw a brand new one. And with Uranus in your 7th house, Uranus, the Great Awakener, is rewiring your relationships and the way that you connect with others. Unexpected encounters, surprising partnerships that really challenge you, but in a positive way that brings towards prosperity. You've got the Queen of Wands. They're going to open your mind. This is asking you to stand in your strength, embrace your confidence, embrace these new relationships, these new commitments, collaborations, unexpected encounters, conversations with people who see the world differently than you, because all of them are going to open up doors that you never anticipated. Use your third eye. You've got the crown of success here. This is your creativity standing tall, sharing your optimism, your adventurer in you. And the relationships that are entering your life now, they may challenge you, right? But they're also going to awaken you. They're going to help you grow beyond previous versions of yourself. And at the same time, these connections, I should say it as the connections that previously had limited your freedom, these new connections are going to eliminate those types of feelings that have kept you from evolving naturally, right? All of it's going to begin to shift. And Uranus is reminding you that the right people don't hold you back. They're not meant to, right? They're meant to inspire you to travel even farther. And that's why you've got the 3 of Staffs and the 2 of Staffs here. They're meant to help you rise. Neptune is very special for you because Neptune, where you've got this new possibility, this new opportunity, and again, you've got a desire for change happening here, and that's where Neptune is going to be shifting your focus. So Neptune in your 5th house, that is your house of joy, bliss, love, romance, children as well if you're trying, self-expression, your creativity. Neptune is dissolving old limitations around your creativity, your passion, your joy, and your self-expression. The dream within you is asking to become something real. He's looking into that world. This is asking to become something truly tangible. And you've got calending. I don't know, I can't say that. This is a very healing plant. So this is a beautiful invitation for you to create from inspiration rather than expectation, and to reconnect with the things that make your spirit feel alive, that fill you with this spirit of adventure. Your imagination is becoming a doorway to new possibilities. Follow your intuition. The ideas that arrive may carry a sense of magic, meaning. And Neptune is reminding you that play, passion, wonder, they are not distractions from your purpose. They are the compass that leads you towards it. And opposite all of that, you've got Pluto doing something as well. So Pluto is in your 3rd house. Pluto is transforming your mind, your voice. That's what the swords are, right? Pluto is transforming the way that you share your truth with the world. Again, you're being awakened to how you share this. There is a new path that is presenting itself. There is new opportunity that lets your creativity truly lead the way. So your words are going to become your most powerful tool because they are being shaped by a deeper understanding. So Old ways of thinking, outdated beliefs, or even the stories that you've repeated to yourself may begin to fall away with Pluto transforming here in your third house. In Aquarius, thinking about your future, forward movement. And Pluto is going to push your words, push you, your thoughts, your ideas toward a more authentic perspective. The collective is going to be asking you during this time, as we change the nodal axis here, to use your voice with intention, to share your ideas that expand awareness, connect people, create movement across these waters, because your message has the potential to become the catalyst for transformation. And this entire basket is weaving together your wisdom, your relationships, your creativity, and your voice. And it's all forming one living journey of expansion. As you open yourself to new experiences, your understanding is going to grow. As your understanding grows, your relationships are going to evolve. And as your relationships inspire you, let them, because your creative expression will become the reflection of the truth that you are discovering along the way. This is where every conversation, every adventure, every inspired idea is another step toward the future your soul has been seeking. And it's the wisdom, it's the magic of your wisdom that will truly unfold the path. And you're prepared. You're ready. So don't be afraid to follow the path that feels bigger than what you can currently explain. With the squirrel, this is being the expert of not only hard play, but hard work, right? This is the time to know that your energy, right? Your cheerfulness, the fun that you hold within your spirit, the light within your spirit, is what is the blessing that is meant to be shared with everyone. It inspires. So make a plan for the future. Know that life will give you all that you need. Do not let life's distractions take you off course. Because your gift has always been your willingness to search for meaning beyond the obvious and to believe that there is always another horizon waiting to be explored. That is where the magic happens. And there's a new path that is guiding you. And it starts with sharing the wisdom that you hold, that only you can provide, that only you can share. Trust the questions that awaken your curiosity. Trust the opportunities that expand your world, because that is where your ancestors are speaking through you, right? That is where your transformation becomes the magic of your legacy. This is also where the opportunities become the journey that unfolds before you, the path that unfolds before you, because your future isn't asking you to know every step before you begin. It's asking you to pick up your arrow and aim toward the stars, and then follow where Spirit leads you. Capricorn. So Jupiter is at 4 degrees in Leo in your 8th house. Uranus is at 4 degrees in Gemini in your 6th house. Neptune is in Aries in your 4th house at 4 degrees, and Pluto is in Aquarius in your 2nd house at 4 degrees. So your deepest bonds, your daily rhythm, your foundations, and your sense of worth are all being activated here. And there is a transformation in work, money, value that is awakening with a new birth. And it's tied to your roots. It's tied to your foundation, home, family. So this basket is truly asking you to rebuild from the inside out and recognize that the strongest structures are not created through force. They are created through alignment. This is a powerful moment for you guys because Jupiter, our planet of expansion, is in your 8th house of transformation. In Leo, so it wants the spotlight. This is where the things that support your future are all being redesigned at the deepest level. And this is what's being transformed. We're now looking with a new perspective, new thoughts, new ideas towards what's imprisoned you, made you feel trapped, constrained. And now we're breaking out of that box. We're breaking through the glass ceiling. So with this energy in mind, just like the architect returning the original to the original blueprint, I should say, You are being invited to examine what truly matters and then build a life that can withstand every season ahead from that stronger foundation. So, with Jupiter in your 8th house, look at where clarity is going to be returning with a new beginning that's entangled more with your emotions, where your mind is aligned with a new perspective, and it's bringing you out of this entrapment, awakening your pure potential. So Jupiter in your 8th house is asking you to truly create through deeper connection, right? Through trust, through vulnerability, through shared transformation. This is an invitation to recognize the power that comes when you allow yourself to receive just as much as you give. You've got energy coming to the middle, meeting you halfway. You've got Virgo energy bringing the sacred in the ordinary, into the ordinary, so that your foundations are balanced, are harmonious, where they stand firmly and are built firmly from your principles, from your integrity, from your character, and not be afraid to voice them, and that includes your boundaries. So, Jupiter's invitation for you is to recognize the power that comes when you allow yourself to receive. The support, the collaboration, intimacy, shared resources, all of it may become very important pathways for you for growth during this time. Jupiter is expanding your understanding of abundance altogether beyond what you can accomplish alone, and Jupiter is also reminding you that some of the greatest opportunities arrive through meaningful alliances, because your strength doesn't diminish when you open the doors for others, right? It multiplies, because when we unite together, we are stronger together. And this is what you're being freed from. The victim mentality, feeling bound, feeling stuck, feeling powerless. You're awakening your infinite potential, but you're not going it alone. And it very much is tied to your worth and your work, your habits, your choices, your foundations. Uranus, the Great Awakener, in your 6th house is rewiring your daily life, your routines, the way you devote your energy altogether. There may be a sudden idea, an unexpected change, a new method of how you approach each and every day, and how you approach work, wellness. It's going to transform each and every one of your days and each and every one of your responsibilities, so that you break out of this energy of feeling bound and restricted, right? You've got Gemini energy exalting Jupiter's energy. And remember, Uranus basically is lifting Jupiter up in this. So, that being said, Uranus is reminding you that discipline does not have to mean limitation. You're being called to break free from routines that have become restrictive and create systems for your life each and every day that give you more freedom and more authenticity, give you more space to truly fly, to truly shine. Because the strongest foundation is one that can adapt. Again, you've got Gemini energy here. One that can evolve, one that can support the person that you're becoming. And this is where your cup becomes one that overflows. So, Neptune in your 4th house, the Ace of Cups is truly the embodiment of Cancer energy. And remember, we've got Mercury in Cancer, right? So, what you water grows. Neptune is water. Neptune in your 4th house is dissolving old emotional foundations and healing the roots beneath your life. This is your truth with Sagittarius energy, and it's raw truth with Scorpio energy. Things are being brought back into balance with Libra energy here as well. This may bring a deeper awareness of family patterns, childhood experiences, or even inherited beliefs that have quietly shaped the way that you seek security altogether. And Neptune is helping you release what was built from fear so that you can create a home, a place of peace, both within yourself and in the world around you, that truly reflects peace, belonging, and your emotional truth. Your inner sanctuary is truly being restored, and it's a new beginning. It's a beginning that allows for prosperity, abundance, new relationships, new opportunities, fortune, love, joy, health, spirituality, lets your creativity flourish. This is potential, and it's pure potential in all that life has to offer when you really, truly feel safe enough to dream bigger. So just know that as your inner sanctuary is being restored, the dream of what home truly means to you, who, what, where, why, it's all becoming something more aligned with your soul. And opposite all of this, you've got a new beginning when it comes to your relationship with adventure, a new project, a new plan, your spirituality. There is a message coming in through all of this because Pluto in your second house is transforming your relationship with value, with money, with self-worth, and with your personal power. So you've got a new foundation being built in a very prolific way. The old structures that you've relied on to define your security, they are all being rebuilt with a stronger, more indomitable foundation that is meant to last. This is a deep reclamation of your resources, not only what you own, but your talents, your wisdom, your strength, all of it that you've developed through every chapter of your journey. Use your intuition. Know that you're walking into a space, a place of peace where you're well loved. It's warm, it's kind, it's pure in thought, it's poetic. It allows you to dream, stand and walk with charisma. Let your creativity shine. And this is where, wherever you've been stagnated, right? Forced to make or forced between a difficult choice, maybe even had a stalemate in your life because of confusion. Your intuition is waiting to awaken as Pluto reclaims your power, your worth. There is something here where the collective energy is going to be asking you, what will you create when your worth is no longer measured by external achievements, but instead by the undeniable value that you carry within yourself? Because remember, whenever you're torn between two choices, you are the fulcrum. So lean into that because that is your new foundation. It is your new center. And throughout all of this, the entire basket is weaving together your shared connections, your daily life and flow, balance, your emotional foundations, and your personal power into one enduring architecture, one enduring foundation and building. And it's going to be filled with infinite possibility. This is being the master and surrendering to the waves of happy, joyful living. Inhale confidence, exhale fear, and dive into your wisdom. Go with the flow because this is what is awakening for you in this basket. I just got the goosebumps. I can't help it. This is where, as you transform the way that you receive support, allow yourself to receive support as well. Your sense of abundance is going to expand. It's infinite possibility, right? As your routines align with your purpose, your energy will become more intentional. And as you reclaim your worth, you create the foundation for a future that is not only successful, but it's also deeply meaningful. It's lighter, it's brighter. So don't be afraid to renovate the structures that once you thought had kept you safe. They actually had been keeping you bound. You were never meant to spend your entire life maintaining a foundation that no longer fits the person that you're becoming. You've outgrown it. You're breaking through the glass ceiling, and it's time. This is where the beauty of life, the magic of love, is going to transform and surround you. So listen to the spirits of light. This is where, under this basket energy, the greatest builders know that sometimes the strongest structures are created by carefully taking apart what has served its purpose and giving it a little bit of a makeover, right? Rebuilding it with greater wisdom. Because your future is not asking you to carry every stone alone. It's asking you to rebuild with intention. So trust your strength and create the legacy that can truly stand the test of time. Be the unicorn, because you've got butterflies waiting to come out of that chrysalis in your new beginning. Aquarius, so Jupiter is at 4 degrees in Leo in your 7th house of partnerships. Uranus is at 4 degrees in Gemini in your 5th house of bliss. Neptune is at 4 degrees in Aries in your 3rd house. That is communication. That is thoughts and ideas. And then Pluto is in your sign at 4 degrees in your 1st house. So your relationships, your creativity, your voice, and your identity, they are all being activated with this basket. And look at this. We're going to talk about this. There is a major internal transformation and a brand new perspective that is coming through, especially with both the 9 of Swords and the 10 of Swords coming out in reverse. Success may have been delayed. Just remember, this is opening up a new pathway. This basket is aligning and unlocking doors that you thought were locked a long time ago. So, with Jupiter in your 7th house, it's truly asking you something very special. Because in all of this energy, the basket is awakening a new expression of who you are. It's inviting you to recognize that your individuality was never meant to be separate or separate you from the world. It was meant to become your contribution to it. So if you've been enduring a period of unhappiness, pain, depression, sorrow, separation, it was due to traumas, past life traumas even. There is a karmic clearing opportunity that is happening and awakening for you here. It is big, it is prolific, it is helping you step into your sovereignty. It is deeply personal as well, because Pluto, our planet of transformation, is moving through your own sign and your own house, transforming the way that you see yourself and the power that you carry. The future is not asking you to become someone new. It's asking you to move forward. It's asking you to fully embody the person you've always been beneath the layers, right? So leave what has kept you in the past behind and know that there's something greater that is waiting for you. Jupiter, as I was saying, in your 7th house is asking you to create through meaningful partnership, to allow the right people to meet you where you are becoming, not who you've been or who you've been expected to be. This is a season where relationships will expand your world in unexpected ways. So, this is moving on. This is travel. This is moving towards strength, leaving sorrow behind. And remember, rosemary cleanses your energy, cleanses your space, cleanses your home, and that includes your internal home, your state of consciousness, your identity, your thoughts, your ideas. So, in this energy, Jupiter is truly reminding you that independence does not mean that you have to do everything alone, right? New alliances, new collaborations, or connections are going to be arriving, and they bring warmth with them, encouragement, opportunity for growth. The right partnerships are never meant and do not limit your freedom or your sovereignty. They amplify your vision. They help you create something greater than you could have imagined by yourself. So let yourself be supported by the people who recognize the brilliance that you carry. And that is where the 9 of Swords comes in reverse, right? Let go. There is recovery. There is healing. This is overcoming mental hardship. This is the end of depression. And with Uranus in your 5th house, rewiring your creativity, your joy, the way that you express your unique spark. There may be in this lighter atmosphere, as you heal from past troubles, again, release the burdens, the entrapment of past traumas. You're not just surviving anymore. You're moving to a place where you thrive, where you carry the wisdom as well from the past. So Uranus, igniting your unique spark again, is doing so in a way where unexpected inspiration may suddenly flood into your atmosphere. A new passion, a creative idea, or a desire to explore something completely different altogether. All of it's going to be coming in, and it's your invitation to truly break free from old expectations around what your creativity should look like, what your joy, what your love, what your bliss, your self-expression should look like. And it's going to allow you to truly be free, to experiment, to try new things, to see what you fall back in love with, right? The things that excite you now, they are not random distractions. They are clues pointing toward a more authentic expression of your individuality. Your originality is the very thing that makes your creative power powerful. So, this is where, and in the past, because you were leaning into others' expectations of you, right? This is where the Seven of Staffs, coming in reverse, is now asking you to surrender, to see where it dimmed your light, caused you to lose confidence. Neptune is coming in your third house to dissolve old ways of thinking, right? To transform the way that you communicate your ideas and know that you're enough. Your intuition is going to become a stronger part of your voice. It's going to allow you to express your thoughts and insights that are coming through from a deeper place of understanding. This is beautiful energy, I will just say, for writing, teaching, storytelling, sharing your ideas that inspire others. It is PR. It is how you show up and show out in the world. Surrender to what comes through, because what was once delayed was waiting for the right time to come through, for this time. And at the same time, Neptune is asking you truly to be mindful of the stories that you tell yourself as well. The mind is a powerful creator. Your thoughts are electric. And your words are becoming the bridge between your imagination and the reality that you're building. And keep in mind, opposite all of this, right? The delays, seeing how the sorrow caused these. In the middle, you're coming back to your center. Pluto in your first house. Thinking about your future, your legacy. Pluto is transforming your identity, your presence, the way that you move through this world. This is a profound rebirth of self for you. The old versions of you that were created through expectation, survival, or the need to fit in, they are all being released. This is the end of those traumas ruling your direction, who you are, where your voice comes from. So, as all of this is happening, Pluto is truly helping something make room for you so that someone much more authentic can emerge within you. You're reclaiming your power by no longer asking for permission to exist exactly as you are and know that you're enough. The collective will also be asking you, what will you build when you stop hiding your uniqueness and truly recognize that your differences, they are not obstacles. They are the reason you were called here in the first place. So, this entire basket is going to be weaving together your relationships, your creativity, your voice, and your identity. And it's pouring love over all of it. It's being woven into a basket that is revolutionary. And it's revolutionary because of the expression as you lean in and come home to your purpose. As you become more fully yourself, the right people will naturally find you on common ground through common goals. As those connections expand your world, your creativity is going to begin flowing in brand new directions. And as your voice becomes clearer, your ideas also become part of the larger conversation that is shaping the future. And you are protected. You are also the keeper of secrets. So, this is the time. Do not be afraid of the version of yourself that is emerging, because you've always carried a version of what could be before others were ready to see it. This is where you are the keeper of secrets. They are now being asked to be shared, right? Trust your knowing. This is where those secrets, where you've kept them sacred, now they are becoming and growing into your strength. This basket is reminding you that the future is not something you have to wait for. It's something that you help create, and it's protected. You've got an old soul. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go and awaken to the powerful force within you, because you're meant to create blessings with your magic. So trust the ideas that arrive like lightning. Trust the people who inspire your evolution, and trust the transformation happening within you, because the world does not need you to become more like everyone else, right? It needs you to become more fully yourself. That is the blessing of the white stag. So Pisces, Jupiter is at 4 degrees in Leo in your 6th house. Uranus is at 4 degrees in Gemini in your 4th house. Neptune is at 4 degrees in Aries. That is your 2nd house. And then Pluto is at 4 degrees in Aquarius in your 12th house. So your daily life, your foundations, your values, your money, your work, and your deepest inner world, your hidden talents, your hidden gifts, they are all being activated. And there is a connection towards a dream, a gift, a talent that is having a light shine as you start manifesting your foundation, and it's bringing you towards enlightenment here. So this basket is truly inviting you to bring your dreams down from the clouds. You've got the Temperance here. This is your truth. To bring those dreams down from the clouds and gently anchor them into the world around you. So you've got Jupiter bringing balance into something where you're now being allowed to fully recover from why those dreams were only in the clouds before, why they were never reached for in the first place, or maybe you felt you couldn't reach for them due to obligations. For you, this is a powerful moment of integration, because the invisible wisdom that you've carried within you is truly beginning to transform. And it's transforming the way that you live, the way that you work, the way that you create, and the way that you care for yourself. The soul is whispering, and now your life is learning how to listen. So there's a tie to the past. There's nostalgic energy when it comes to what infuses your vitality, your movement, as it connects to the raw truth of Source. This is the deepest truths with Scorpio energy. Jupiter in your 6th house, in the heart of the lion, is asking you to create through devotion and every day, each and every step, every ritual, so that it supports your growth. This is truth. This is standing in your truth, connecting back to simple pleasures, right? Seeing how the past has influenced the present, but most importantly, carrying gentle compassion for yourself and knowing that the universe is truly looking after you, awakening your creativity, turning wounds into wisdom, shining a light on how you bring the sacred into the ordinary with Virgo energy. This is basically spirit guides, truly mentoring you, guiding you, giving you the wisdom to reposition yourself as you awaken and follow your intuition. Trust your intuition. So this is an invitation truly to know that small choices, each and every one of them, create a butterfly effect in your life. They make each and every day become the foundation for something much greater. And this is an invitation to bring more joy, more creativity, and your heart. Pour it into your routines, your work, your health, the ways that you serve others. Jupiter is reminding you that your purpose does not only exist in this grand moment or in the grand moments altogether. It lives in the compassion that you offer. So again, be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with others. Shine a light on even the smallest thing, because that is where legacies truly are built and legacies begin. And now your life is learning how to listen, right? Now, with Jupiter's invitation, this is where your intentions truly bring the sacred into the ordinary. Let your daily life become that sacred practice that nourishes the vision that you're creating. And with Uranus here, Uranus, the Great Awakener, is rewiring your relationship with home, family, your emotional foundations. There is something here. Unexpected changes, blessings, revitalizations, realizations, or even new perspectives that may shift the way that you understand where you belong. You may feel called to create a living space that truly reflects who you're becoming. Shine a light on it. This is about achieving your goals, ending a cycle so that you can truly integrate and awaken. And remember, this is a foundation where you are truly manifesting the sacred out of the ordinary. So, in all of this energy, with Uranus being in your 4th house, as you release old family patterns, as you redefine what safety and belonging truly means to you, Uranus is reminding you that home is not just a place, right? It's an energy, and that's where you're building from. Again, you've got Virgo energy here, but now you've got your inner fire being lifted up by this sacred energy. So, this is where Uranus is going to play a key role for you, because you are allowed to create a sanctuary that supports your freedom, your growth, your authentic spirit. And Neptune, your ruler, in your 2nd house like this, is going to be dissolving the old beliefs around worth, abundance, and what makes you valuable. This is a beautiful opportunity to release the idea that your worth must be proven, particularly through achievement, through productivity, or through external validation. Because your gifts are industrial. They are the provider. They are truly showing you that that is what you should be depending on, to manifest your material success, your finances. There is this huge emphasis where your gifts are going to be providing the security for you. And I say that, we'll get into it because of Pluto. So your gifts, your intuition, your creativity with Neptune here in your 2nd house, your ability to feel what others cannot, are all becoming your foundation and part of your abundance. Neptune is teaching you to trust the unseen value that you and only you carry, to build security around what is truly meaningful to your soul. This is a new foundation, and it's indomitable. Your dreams are not separate from your resources. They are the source from which they begin to flow. And this is where temperance comes in, because it's a new beginning for your foundation that is built on truth. So, opposite all of this, Pluto is in your 12th house. That is your hidden gifts. Pluto is transforming your deepest subconscious patterns, your hidden fears, your spiritual connection. And this is profound inner alchemy for you. There are old emotional weights, unconscious beliefs, and chapters that have quietly shaped who you thought you had to be. And they're all being brought into awareness with Pluto here so that they can finally be released. This is where temperance, healing, is awakening your creativity on a new foundation, and it's coming in. This transformation is being shaped by unexpected energy. So Uranus, Pluto, you're going to feel their energy probably the most out of this whole basket alignment. Pluto is helping you reclaim the power that has been hidden within the parts of yourself that you once avoided or that you were told were not meant to shine. The collective will be asking you, what will you create when you're no longer carrying the shadows of the past, but instead using the wisdom that they gave you? This is internal balance, fusion to harmony, now being shared as truth, being shown in the light of truth and exalted as your truth. So this entire basket is weaving together a new daily devotion. Your emotional foundations, your self-worth, and your spiritual evolution are all being brought into a sacred transformation. And as you heal what exists beneath the surface, your outer world is going to begin to change. The doors are unlocking. And as your routines align with your soul, your confidence is going to grow. As you recognize the value of what you carry within you, you will begin creating a life that feels less like something that you're searching for and more like something you're finally remembering. And this is where your magic is awakening. The magic of manifestation is also starting to shape the terra around you. So, just know there is a path that will be presented to you as you embrace your magic. And just like the lily, in the purity where it rises from the depths of the murky waters, it rises with the silk on each of its petals that's like water off a duck's back. Embrace your transformation, courageously let go of the past, because the magic of nature lies within your brilliance. And that is your true blessing that you're awakening to, that this basket is awakening for you as well. So trust the quiet moments. Trust the dreams that are returning. Trust the inner knowing that is guiding you as this path unfolds, even when or if you cannot yet see the entire path, like ahead or around the bend. You have always been connected to the unseen currents moving beneath the surface, right? Just like the lily, you know which way is up. You have the love that endures, and perseverance is your secret power. So as your routines align with your soul, as your confidence grows, as you recognize the value of what you carry, this is where your gifts, your sensitivity, your vision become the source of creation, healing, and light for you. Your future is not asking you to leave your dreams behind, and they were never meant to be like left behind or hidden in the first place. Your dreams are asking to take root. So give them form. Allow them to become the reality your soul has been imagining all along, because now is the time to dive deeper. You are the teacher. You are the one that is meant to help others find their way. Meet the challenges, because your soul has the strength to carry the unknown. Now, to dive even deeper into the messages and the magic that this basket holds for you personally, as promised, find your chart. There's plenty of online spaces to do a chart. You just need your time and location of birth, right? Once you have your chart, find where 4 degrees of Leo falls within your birth chart. That house is where Jupiter is asking you to create in the open, right? Bigger, warmer, more visibly you. Next, find 4 degrees of Gemini. That is where Uranus is rewiring the language for you. That is where the sudden idea, the unexpected conversation presents itself. The door that opens mid-sentence presents itself. Then find 4 degrees of Aries in your birth chart. That is where Neptune is truly dissolving an old identity, so a truer impulse can move first. And that is where the dream that you carry is going to learn to act in Aries energy. And finally, find 4 degrees of Aquarius in your chart. Pluto is going to be transforming this house where your power is being reclaimed and returned to you, and where the collective will be asking what you'll build with it. And remember, all 4 of these rooms have the lights turned on at the same time, so they're all intertwined. So if you have a planet or an angle in your birth chart that is at or near 4 degrees of any fire or air sign, especially if they're Leo, Aries, Gemini, or Aquarius, but not to sell them short or discredit them, also Sagittarius or Libra. This basket is being woven directly through your life with an even deeper level of meaning. So, as you feel your heartbeat becoming the drum of your future, as all of this energy peaks, especially between the 19th and the 21st here, choose one thing, one passion, one project, one thing that needs to be healed, or even one beginning, one new chapter that is worthy of this once-in-a-lifetime sky. And then place it in the basket. Nurture it, water it, tend to it. And when Mercury goes direct on July 23rd, speak it into your reality. And just know we're not done there. Because on July 29th, Jupiter's Cazimi is going to be, that is the luckiest day of the year, by the way. Jupiter's cazimi is going to be pouring its luck, its expansion, its optimism at 6 degrees of harmony, right as the full moon in Aquarius rises at 6 degrees as well, at the same time that the full moon conjuncts Pluto in the very place that this basket just energetically charged and placed in your hands. So, whatever you seeded under the new moon, under the energy of this basket, just know that this Jupiter cazimi, this full moon, will illuminate it with harmony. And then, of course, the cazimi will bless it with optimism, with expansion, with luck, with wealth, and as your legacy. So, if this reading resonates with you, if you like the way that I read, you guys are what truly elevate these messages. So, like, share, subscribe, hype, share your thoughts in the comments below of what you're placing in that basket. Super thanks, donations, Honey Z Star store purchases, memberships if you want early access to videos. All of it elevates these messages to the collective so that we all rise together. Whatever comes through for you in this energy, just know I am sending you so much love and light. Take care. Have a beautiful peak energy next couple of days, and I will see you in the next reading.